unanswered, saying, I baptize with water, but there stands one among you whom you know not. Wait a minute. Christ was standing among them, among the Pharisees and among the people that are saying to John the Baptist, who are you? And he's saying, there's one standing here among you and you don't know him. So we have John the Baptist. We'll write his name here. Do they know him? Do they know him? No. Do they know Christ? He's standing there. Do they know him? No. And then how about Nathanael later in the chapter? Who knows Nathanael? People don't know Nathanael either. Christ said, I saw you, Nathanael, under the fig tree, and you're an Israelite with no guile. Nathanael said, you are the Christ. Nathanael, you got that right. I know you. Even before Philip talked to you, I saw you under the fig tree, because I know you, and now you know me, and I know John the Baptist, and John the Baptist knows me. But a lot of people don't know Nathanael, they don't know Christ, and they don't know John the Baptist. And if we were to compare this today, this is Christ. How many people know him? How many know a body member, Nathanael? And then how many know the pastor, the prophet, the messenger? We could say the same today. Do people know what's going on inside a church when you have an anointed pastor, an anointed message from the Bible, an anointed word? Do people discern it? Many times they do not. They do not know us. They don't know the message. They don't know the messenger. And then how about the folks that do they know Christ? The Muslims say he was a prophet. And I like what Pastor Mati said in the early sermon. He said, when he meets a Muslim and they say, we believe in Jesus, that he is a prophet, and Pastor Mati's response to them is, what did that prophet say? And they say, oh, well, he was born of Mary. What did the prophet Jesus say? And they don't know. Yeah, he was in Israel and a son of David and from Abraham. What did he say? What was his message? If you believe he was a prophet, that must be important. What did he say? Do you know what he said? Many times they don't know. And it's an opportunity for us to say what he said. I am the way, the truth, and the life, Christ said. Nobody comes to the Father but by me. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am the one who is the resurrection. I am the resurrection and the life. How about this one? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the same became flesh and dwelt among us. John 1:1 and 1:14. What did the prophet say? He said, I am the rock. He said, I am the good shepherd, and all that came before me are thieves and robbers. But I am the good shepherd, and I laid down my life for the sheep, and I came so you might have abundant life. Isn't it interesting that we don't know? Here is the Christ standing among them, and they don't know him. Here is the John the Baptist, and they don't know who he is. And here is Nathanael, and people really don't know who he is. But Christ knew who he was, and Christ knows who you are. Christ knows your name. Christ knows your heart. Christ knows your life. Christ knows your footsteps. Christ cares about your life in every detail. The hairs on our head, and I know we say that easily, we quote the verse, the hairs on our head. But if we could slow down on that verse and break it down, what does it mean in our language. He knows every cell in my body. He knows every nerve cell, every brain cell, every time I swallow. He knows my fingerprint, the retina in my eye. He knows everything about my mind. He knows all about my emotion, everything about my footsteps. He knows everything about my body. He knows my thoughts afar off. He knows everything about us as human beings. And Psalm 103 says he pities us and he knows our frame, that we are made out of the dust. And he is the caring God, the loving God, and the compassionate God. He's living where you are living. And he has so much compassion and care and kindness for us. But believers, and it's easy to happen, we say, where is he? I don't see him. He dwells in darkness. I haven't found him recently. My heart is empty. I'm crying out. Psalm 42. My heart cries out. Psalm. I say, how long, O God, how long? Psalm 63. My heart pants after you as the hart after the water. My flesh and my soul is thirsty for you as in a dry land. And my heart is fixed, O God, my heart is fixed. Early will I seek you. In Psalm 108 in verse 1. When I don't find him, I'm worldly. I'm easily worldly. Easily. We are inundated. I'm going to finish with a few thoughts here. We are inundated with the media, with visuals. And I'm not a movie person. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't have so much interest. If there's a good movie or a documentary, I will use my time. But there are many people, their filter is not, they do not have the willpower or the discipline to say no. They may not have the interest to say no, but they just listen and watch to movie after movie after movie in a country of 330 million people that are driven by the movies. And I hope you don't misunderstand me. I'm not against them. I'm just saying they drive our culture. They motivate people. They influence people. They lead people. And people don't go to a church. They go to a movie. And you just fill them up with 100 movies, no church. What's going to happen? They are worldly. It's in their mind, in their soul. They are at work and they are worldly. They are drawn to the things that are spoken about in the world, the language of the world, the values of the world, the way of the world. And you know what's missing? Seeing the glory of God. Seeing John the Baptist. John the Baptist, you have a message? I do. I'm the voice crying in the wilderness. I'm introducing the Messiah to Israel. I got a message. You know where you're going to be? I'm going to be with John the Baptist. I'm going to be right there. They don't even know who he is. Who are you? Yeah, we want to put you in our box. Who are you? And he's out of the box. I'm the voice of one crying in the wilderness. God is saying, do you see him? Do you see him? Do you hear him? It's amazing how people could come to a church like this one. And our prayers, there are many of them, and that's very important. that God would have his men and his women around the country and indeed around the world. Very important. But it's also very important that you would recognize what is happening. You would say, well, who are they? I don't know. Some Elijah. I don't know. We're busy. We got to go, we got a life to live. The Lord is saying, okay, they're gone. Maybe in a few years they come.